lot harder than it looks. Right, first vlog. Hot and sweaty. I mean, it is hot in Perth, but whew. So as I figure out my system of how to vlog, I thought I would show you, take you along. I've been researching, I've been overthinking to the max, and I just thought it is time to just post a bloody vlog. It is time to do it. And here I am. I'm doing it. I'm so excited. So that's what this is about today. What equipment I'm using. I've wanted to have a YouTube pretty much since I was like 12. Always loved making movies. I make a lot of movies and photos for other people, and maybe I can share some of my skills or stories. My dog, you'll see my dog a lot. She's right here. I'll show you. She's my best friend. Holly. Oh, she's a baby. Let me kiss. So, I have been procrastinating on this for quite some time. Oh. My arm is killing me. Definitely too tight. A wider lens. That doesn't mean I know how to do this, so I'm gonna walk you through what I've figured out so far and we'll see what happens. So this camera here and the one that's filming me right now, it's the Canon R5 mirrorless. I have two, not because I'm a baller, but because I rent one. What's recording right now, there is a 35mm lens and it's okay for this. It's a bit tight, but as you could see before, I couldn't get it further enough away from me. I actually have a 16 wider lens to put on it for when I'm filming myself. I had a wider lens, but it's a 24-70 and it's just too heavy. The 16 is actually very wide and it's very light because it's for the new mirrorless cameras. And I'm traveling in Europe for 3 months this year and I'm gonna need this lens anyway, and so it's just a win-win. It's actually quite cheap for like under 400. So this is a little tripod that honestly I can't even remember where I got it from, and I happen to have two. I have a lot of random stuff around my house. There's one on the camera right now and one here. They're great because they can fold out, so you can just like pop them down. Main thing is so I can vlog and I can hold it out and like la-di-da, talk to it. I think Gorilla tripods are probably the best thing, and probably one I'm going to invest in. You like attach it to trees, attach it anywhere. They got like this little, I'm not going to explain it right now. Just look up Gorilla tripods and you probably already know what I'm talking about. I have a Rode, this is actually a clip-on mic, but it's just so big. Like when I clip it on, it's like not very pretty, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. Right now I just have it sitting in front of me. So I probably should be holding it here and just talking to it like that. You can clip it onto you. I think I will get one of those cheap on the top of the top camera microphone. Sticks out. Oh gosh, there's definitely, I'm not a technical, what's it called? It's called hot shoe, cold shoe. I'll get back to you. Anyway, mics that sit on top of the camera and you don't have to hold on to it. There's pros and cons to both. I think having a clip-on mic, you probably get better sound than on top of the camera. It would be more versatile. So totally up to you. Also, these are about $300. You can get mics for on top of your camera for about $70. You can get started with just no mic. You could start with just your phone. Obviously, my setup is a little bit more technical because I am a photographer. You could start with any camera you have. Nearly everyone has a camera just sitting around at home. So I would just get started. That's what I've been told. Luckily for me, I do have quite a bit of equipment lying around. Let's put on the 16 and then I'm going to walk you down to my studio because that's what you do in vlogs. You walk around and tell a story. So it's a RF 16 2.8 super affordable lens. Honestly, yeah, brand new. So I shoot products. I should probably introduce myself. I am Caitlin. I am a photographer in Perth. I shoot products, I shoot fashion and commercial. I just really want to share some of the knowledge that I have to the world and show my stories and have fun along the way. So anyway, back to putting the lens on. Popping this 16mm lens on. This is the adapter for when you get a mirrorless and you've still got old, not film, but SLR lenses. And honestly, it works so good. I use so many of my old lenses on here. I love that about cameras and lenses in general. They're still relevant and they're still such high quality, which I feel like with a lot of technology, it's just not the case anymore. I'll take that off because this lens is actually made for mirrorless. So I can just pop that straight on. So little. I'm actually so impressed with how light that is. I am going to show you now the difference in that extended, and yeah, that's that. Whoa. Oof. Wow, it is so much wider. Holy moly. Yes. Oh my gosh, I can totally see the difference. Yes, I'm a vlogger. I'm a vlogger now. Let's do it. Whoa. Wow, this lens is so much better. This is it's so much easier to have my arm out now, and there's just, you can really set the scene with this now. You can see where I'm vlogging and you will just get a better sense of what's going on around me. You don't need to see my face this close all the time, okay? Harley is currently licking my foot. Thanks, Harley, so much. Should we go downstairs? Come on. She's the best. I probably shouldn't be doing that right now because it's actually walk o'clock hour and she probably thinks we're going for a walk now. Wanna go for a walk? Maybe later. I'm going to show you my little home studio and then I'm going to tell you about my camera settings. Whoa, whoa. We're going to do the mic. We're going to get one of those mics on the top so that I don't have to have that clipped and worry about it. I'm going to take my dog with me. We're going to go down to my studio. Let's go. Woo! I think I'm doing pretty well. Let's go, Harley. You're probably not going to see much on the way because my house is very dark right now because it is 36 degrees Celsius. That is like over 100 in Fahrenheit, I'm pretty sure. In Australia, that's just your average February morning, but it's hot. And I am just sweaty from trying to make this first video. Okay, we keep going. I'm not a Kardashian, so it's not that interesting. I am going to show you my studio. Actually, I'm so thirsty. Wow, you must get a good arm from this. Like, I've done video with the gimbal before, but having it on yourself, oh, gosh, I can see why you have to practice. Does anyone else have an Aussie Shepherd? Because they follow you everywhere. It's probably why I got one, because I wanted a clingy dog. Okay, let's go. I'm about to show you my studio. So because I'm a product photographer, able to work from home, which is amazing. Would I like a studio one day? Of course, but I don't actually essentially need one because you'll see in a minute, I've made my space into what I need. And when I need anything bigger, I can just book out a studio, or a lot of my shoots are on a location. So what is the point of having a studio if I don't need it? Would it be lovely? Absolutely. But money, I'm not quite there yet. Here it is. It's a little bit messy. Let me turn this around. Whoa, hang on. Gosh, I love this lens. This is it. It's my station. It's all a little bit messy right now. Lots of plants, lots of backdrops and all this fun stuff. This is where I do my product photography. I've got various lights that I bring in here. My cactus, that is me, hello. Typical Aussie suburbia out there. Let's get that ISO down. Actually quite overcast. Been very hot and sunny lately, in case you wanted to know. Hello, focus on my head. This is literally so exhausting. Perseverance. Okay. Still working? So I'm actually going to put on one of my video lights in the background to brighten it up a bit because I'm sure it will make it look cool. I purposely have my desk right next to the window so I can get this gorgeous natural lighting. So I won't set up a light for my face right now because I don't really need to. But I thought I might just put a little light in the background just because. Oh, and in case you're wondering, the one that's on there now is a strobe, which is a flash, so it wouldn't show up in the video. That's why I'm putting on a continuous light. But yeah, I don't know if you can. Miss Rookie over here didn't realize that her microphone had stopped recording during this section. So I proceed to talk about the lighting. I touched on strobe versus continuous, and then I explained that the window light was starting to get dark outside. So I decided to use the light and bounce it against the white wall that's next to my desk. And that would act as a diffuser and cast a soft light back on my face. Testing, testing, testing. I'm going to be honest here, I just spent about 20 to 30 minutes filming the rest of this video and I discovered that the wireless mic had died. Make sure that your mic is working, check it throughout and make sure it's fully charged before you start recording. So now you'll see that I have this little lapel mic is what it's called. This actually is on a cable and it's connected to the camera. So I guess I wouldn't be able to move around. I mean, it's not too bad. I wouldn't be able to move around quite as much as the wireless mic. You might have seen the little mini microphones is sort of all the rage on TikTok at the moment, similar to this. I wouldn't normally use this because, like I said, because of the cable. So I'm just using it now because my wireless died, which can happen. So maybe it is better to get the clip-on mic on the top of your camera so that you don't just get this problem. So I ended up opting for the light to be bounced off a wall in front of me. I will probably set up maybe a different light setup. I thought today you could see what I trialed. It's not too bad, it's doing the job. This is going to be where I do a lot of my product photography, set up here and do a bit behind the scenes. Yeah, so anyway, I thought I would just quickly now tell you the settings I'm using on my camera. So I'm today shooting in 4K at 24 frames per second. That's just your normal frame rate. When you hear of like faster frame rates like 60 frames per second, 100, 120, even 200 these days. That is just slow-mo essentially, but you would not want to use that for something like this because it would just look very jolty, and unless you wanted to slow it down, don't know, could be your thing. I'm just shooting in like regular 24 frames per second today and 1/50th shutter speed. So yeah, this is basically my office studio setup at the moment. I can't wait to show you all sorts of things. Let's pop that back down. Wait to show you behind the scenes when I'm shooting in here. I can take you on location with me. I do food shoots, fashion shoots. So far, I think I've done pretty good. I am not a structured educator, but I am fun. This is me doing a vlog. All I have to do after this is put it together. I'm going to use a system called Premiere Pro. That's just what I edit with, and I'm going to chuck it on YouTube and see what happens. Thank you so much if you are still listening. Hats off to you. We have done it. We have gotten through to the end. Stay tuned for more fabulous content by Caitlin Ruth. I will be showing behind the scenes of shoots. I'll be taking you on location. And if that sounds good, then stay tuned. Woo! We're done. We're done.